Oh. Cuomo's going to go there. Cuomo is going to go there. If you haven't seen this clip, ooh, you're going to enjoy.
American Airlines is going to do
What's interesting about Disney, is they're doing the layoffs in California because California shut down the theme park. They're not doing the layoffs in Florida because Florida opened Disney World. I mean, it's a clear contrast where...
I bet they'll be shutting it down soon when there's like a mass outbreak in the park. I wonder what kind of outbreaks they've already had. Has that happened already in Florida? They've been open for a month or two now.
Democratic politicians in California have shut it down,
so
and
they're
they've
laying
cost
off the people
their
where they're
jobs.
out of business and not the place that they're in business, and you're saying that's political.
No, I'm saying the policy.
Hey, and Ted Cruz, if you do your fucking job and pass the HEROES Act, those people that got laid off would get an extra $600 a week. That would really help them. And since, like, we need to encourage people to stay home as much as we can, that's probably something we should do. Otherwise, everybody's going to keep going out, spreading this virus, and we're just going to keep stopping and starting the economy. That's going to be worse in the long run.
Of Democrats to shut the economy down are bad policies that hurt people's lives.
What do you
and
do
the
when people
layoffs
are getting
the direct
sick,
result.
What do you do when people are getting sick, Senator, and you can't test them?
You don't send them
and
into
they don't
nursing
wear
homes.
masks, and you tell them not to.
You don't send them into nursing homes.
Oh, so
yeah.
So the nursing homes was the sum total of the entire problem in the country. That's what it was.
It led
7
to New
million
York having
cases.
33,000 deaths compared to Texas having 15,000 deaths, and Texas has 50% more.
If you don't know what he's talking about, he's taking so this is Chris Cuomo, and the other one is fuck, his name is the governor of New York. Fuck. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now, but that's who Ted Cruz was taking a shot at about the nursing home thing.
More population than New York does.
And what about all the cases that they had? And how many people got sick by the refusal to shut down businesses? You say you want to open them up, but you won't discuss how. You say you introduced a bill, but you won't talk about the president and his failure. The testing has to be done at the federal level, Ted. You know this. You understand a little bit about state economics. You know the governor can't do it himself, right?
Well, actually,
Hey, man, Twitch spam, that's how you know you made it, isn't it? When I started getting spam, that's when I'm like, oh, shit, I'm starting to get noticed. Spam me, motherfuckers.
Governors have taken the lead and have had much greater success. Texas' record on every level is much better than New York and New Jersey and Massachusetts.
That's not true. Look at New York's numbers. Look at the rate every day of testing. My brother puts it out every day. They were the hub of where people were coming. You guys want to celebrate China, you let in 40,000 people. It had already moved to Europe.
So Chris,
you let in tens of thousands of people. They went to the hubs. That's why we got so sick here.
Does it trouble you at all that New York and New Jersey had the highest death rates in the country?
Of course.
Does that make you pause and say, gosh?
It all troubles me, Ted. And to watch guys like you stand by and stroke your beard like a wise man instead of telling the president to get on it when you have power.
How about tell your brother to get on it?
My brother will stand for his own record. Why don't you talk to the president the way you talk to my brother, Ted? You afraid of him? You think he'll smack you down at home?
Oh,
is that what it is? Like he shut you up in the primary?
Cuomos. You guys
not
are really
Cuomos.
tough.
I'm talking about the president. My brother's not the president. I'm talking about the president, the one who called you a liar, the one who said your wife was ugly. That guy, you know, the guy now who you won't say anything about.
I recognize.
You said Anthony, and I'm like, that don't sound right. It's Andrew Cuomo. That's the governor of New York. Sorry, my stoner ass spaced on that. This beatdown is awesome.
Is that you actually wonder why you don't have a lot of Republicans that want to come on your show.
I have more than any other show.
And yell at me and insult.
I'm not yelling at you. I'm raising my voice.
Jewish supremacy.
To match your own because you want to play games, Ted, and people are dying.
That's okay, Chris. You're perfectly fine.
We've still got a little bit of this. There's 6 minutes of this video left, and it's already this contentious.
Fine, scream and yell because you know what?
Oh, but you don't.
You're doing it because you don't want to discuss the substance. Like
you
invited me on the show to actually talk about the Supreme Court and talk about the book One Vote Away, and instead you just want to repeat insults over and over and over again.
Oh, but you're not.
Let's actually talk about.
You just bring up my brother for half the interview because you're such a fair guy.
Well,
you play it so straight down the middle.
He seriously did. Everything was a shot at his brother. Like, you saw that. Just fucking every fucking answer.
You were just playing in a biased way, attacking
because the president's
Texas, Florida,
not at the top
and Georgia.
of the food chain.
Coincidentally, happen to be Republican states when the death rates they are markedly worse. And we should ask, when the death rates are markedly worse in some states than others, we should ask a reasonable question.
Yeah.
Were the
Why didn't the president help sooner? That's the question. Why didn't the president help sooner? Why didn't he help the places that got hit hardest first when they were all Democratic?
Specifically, was it the right decision or the wrong decision when the president halted air travel into and out of China?
Right decision. Should have done it sooner, and should have not let 40,000 people repatriate. Next question.
Okay, so I agree with you on that. I called for him to do it the day before he did it, but Joe Biden denounced it as racist and xenophobic.
No, he didn't.
Wait a minute, why is Cuomo taking questions? He's the interviewer. Why is he making Ted give him questions? Is cable news devolving into like Twitch streams now? It's probably best for it.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
And Nancy Pelosi
I'll bet you
brought
dinner.
up a vote
I'll bet you
in the
dinner
House
Biden didn't denounce
for
it.
Democrats to stop the ban.
I'll bet you dinner that Biden didn't say that. You were right about Pelosi.
I would not go to dinner with Ted Cruz.
You're wrong.
You're
right about Pelosi, and it was a bad move.
And by the way, Chris, you know, your colleagues at CNN, this is sort
I
of
would too.
the talking point. I with Jake Tapper actually read the Biden tweet to him. I don't have it in front of me right now, but he denounced it as racist and xenophobic. The New York Times, who you just had Tom Friedman on, had multiple articles saying it was a mistake. It was terrible to halt air travel into and out of China.
Well, you heard what I just said,
right? I can tell you, I chaired a hearing in the Senate where the expert. So you said I agree with you now, but you know what?
Now
the
I've only
Democratic
said
Party
this.
didn't say it then.
I'm not
the
part of the
Democratic
party.
Didn't.
This is like one of the first times I've watched Chris Cuomo. I actually kind of like him. Fuck yeah.
Let me ask you one other thing while I have you that I think is almost as important as what you say about when we're shutting down.
I see the appeal.
Because that's in the past. What the president said about the election, Senator, seriously now, I'm happy to joust, but not when it's existential, okay? That's why I come at you about the pandemic, because for me, I don't play politics with it. I'm a little insulted by that, but I'll make it.
You don't play politics. You just only attack Republicans over it. But you're not playing politics.
I have Republicans on all the time who are willing to come back all the time.
You attack Texas, Florida, and Georgia.
No.
Is there anything similar about those states?
Please, Senator, you sound silly. I talk about people and how they're struck in those states all the time. I care about them, and I want.
Those are 3 states that are all in play this election. That Joe Biden might actually turn blue. I mean, Florida is always a swing state. But Texas and Georgia, it's very possible that Biden wins one of those. Maybe both.
I want them to be better, and I don't want them to be sick and go through what I did. So that's why. I do it with.
There's going to be something. I don't know what the fuck is going to happen. I'm along for the ride. I'm just a spectator.
Democrats too. I do it with them too. Anybody who's not doing the right thing when it comes to, I talk about the kids in class as a national problem. But let me ask you this. The president has been hinting very strongly that if the election doesn't go his way, it will have to have been fraudulent. And you just heard Tom Friedman and his concerns. If your state and the other states certified their results, as they always do, and say, no, this is it, our count's legit. We'll check as the law allows, but it's legit. And the president says, no, not good enough for me. I don't want a transfer of power. What would you do?
So,
yeah, what would you do, Ted?
Happen. There's going to be a peaceful transfer of power. But let me say something. I wish that the 2 political sides actually had conversations.
Whoa. Over and over and over again in this administration, people have said, no, Trump's not going to do that. Trump's not going to do it. He fucking did it. He's done every fucking thing. There is no reason not to believe that he is not going to throw every legal challenge he can at this election. His lawyers are going to be in the courts on November 4th. Yeah, I was getting ready to get to that. I wanted to address the notion that no, that's not going to happen. Like fucking Ted Cruz just flippantly disregarded it, moved on to his fucking bullshit. Trump will absolutely be in the courts on November 4th. Can they file something in the middle of the night? They fucking will. For the president, they probably will let him file something in the middle of the fucking night. It's his Justice Department. There's going to be an election. It's the shit that happens afterwards. It's going to be an absolute fucking shit show. Isn't a strong enough word for it. Just atomic fuckery.